These little stems you see sticking out of the bottom arch on the arch will turn into snow white bells. And this is how you can tell the poisonous from the non-poisonous. This will hold the arch, and the white bells will hang down from it, where the poisonous will have the berries at the head of the plant. But the zigzag of it is what makes it similar to the other. That's why they call them lookalikes. But this is a growth of the non-poisonous. And not necessarily medicinal, but this is called trumpet creeper. It's like out of your honeysuckle family. And it's one of the brighter, prettier blossoms. They're just now starting to open, but they'll get up to probably 2 inches in diameter. And this whole vine will bloom out into a beautiful red with a yellow inner part. But it's called trumpet creeper.
So that'll have a particular use?
Medicinally, I don't know. Now this one here, this is one of my favorites. I love showing people this one. This is one of the very few that I still let people try because there's no side effects to it. Actually, the pioneers used it for brushing their teeth and for cooking. And it's called sweet Cicely or sweet anise. And it's out of the carrot family, you can tell by the leaves on it. And the root is what makes it so special. I'll replant this when I get through with it. It grows, it's one of the very few that will stay green all winter. This will go ahead and mature. You can see it starting to flower now. But it will come up and get about another foot taller and seed. And the seeds have little clinging burrs to it to where when you pass through or game passes through, it will pick up these seeds, and that's how it gets reseeded. And after it matures and the seeds are dropped, this entire plant will die and the seeds will automatically re-sprout and they'll stay green all winter. So you can find it any time of the year. This time of the year when they're first coming up, the root is extremely easy to find. But in the wintertime, they're way down underground and they actually grow back up to make this beautiful. This is a great root right here. But I just like eating it. It tastes just like licorice. But they used it for cooking, like I said, and brushing their teeth. But if you like licorice, you'd love this plant. And I just usually do it just for hiking. I love to show hikers this plant because it gives them, you know, moisture and a great taste. But this ground here is so rich that all I have to do is put it right back down in there. And she'll keep on maturing and seeding. But that is sweet anise or sweet Cicely. This plant here is called leatherwood, or the old pioneer, old mountain men call it shoestring tree. Now, by what I'm going to do will not kill this tree due to the fact that it takes years and years. Actually, big bushes can take up to 100 years to grow. But as long as you don't ring it like a beaver would do cutting down a tree, as long as you take part of it off the side and strip it down, it will not kill the plant. But the thing about it is that it's super tough. And what they would do is take these bushes and peel this fiber off of it and then weave them. And then weave them into shoestrings or bull whips or rope, whatever you want, but mostly for shoestrings. And once they were woven and dried, you could actually get a bigger tree and take huge pieces of this and weave it and probably pull a car with it, because strands of it like this is almost impossible to break by hand. Then after it's woven, it's just a powerful, strong, and it's a flexible. It's one of the only trees there is that you can, the limbs will not break off. It's so flexible. But once it's woven and dried, it's one of the strongest bark, I guess you would call it, in the forest. But it's called shoestring tree or leatherwood. And this is an old plant itself. But like I said, as long as you don't make a round circular to kill the sap from coming up, stripping a piece off will not kill the plant. And later on it will bloom some beautiful yellow blossoms. In probably another couple of weeks this will be in full bloom. This group right here. These here, this is a good one. This I would consider this in the top 5 of medicinal plants. Food and Drug denounces this now. I still use it for insect bites, but this is called bloodroot, and it grows in the soft, sandy soil. And what I want to do is show you why they call it bloodroot. And the Indians use this to actually dye their leather with. Personally, I use it for, once I break it open, you'll see why they call it bloodroot. If you can get a shot of that right there. If I have a sting or a bite, I will press that. Looks just like iodine. And that's what I use it medicinally for.
So it acts as a disinfectant then.
Right. But wow. It grows everywhere, but it's got a very distinguished, you know, the leaf itself. Like this is a huge one here.
Yeah, that's the biggest one I've ever seen.
But that's bloodroot. I pulled this one up, broke the top of the plant off, because this is one you'd really like to avoid in the forest. These get up to over 4 foot tall, and it's called stinging nettle. And if you can see, if I can get the light right on it, there's hundreds of little hairs sticking out of the side of the plant. And each one of those will cause a severe sting. And if you walk into a grove of them, which they grow hundreds in a grove, you'll wish you never had, because they cause severe pain, burning, and the only really cure I know for it is witch hazel. To crush witch hazel and put on it to stop the burning. And I'll be showing you witch hazel in here in a little bit. But this is stinging nettle. You can actually take the leaves from stinging nettle and blackberry and dry them, crush them, make them to a poultice, and they say it cures baldness, which I have not tried, because I have walked into this and it's severe pain. One of my prized plants. This is one plant I do not